All right, my lovelies. It's time for me to actually show you the behind the scenes of the CRM that I have been building. I know some of you have been like, Kiana, show me, show me, show me, show me, show me. I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna show you. Um, this has been such an amazing experience over the last, I think, like 18 days of just coming in here, building. And so let me just give you a little bit of back end. Don't roll your eyes at me. The For me, um, all things happen the way all things are supposed to happen. Point blank. Period. And everything that I do is going to lead me to where I am supposed to be. One of the things that I have expressed numerous times was about how I wanted to give premium members like their own CRM. It's just something that I just kind of felt passionately about because, over the 9, almost 10 years, um, these tools and everything, they stack, like the cost, it just stacks and stacks and stacks. And it can create some pressure and stuff when, you're having to make the sales, but you're making the sales and then you're having to, pay your expenses and things like that because you have to keep the operations going for your business, right? Um, so I had upgraded my GoHighLevel to the $297 per month level, and it felt like a lot of pressure. It did. I'm not gonna lie. It felt like a lot of pressure because then I'm like, well, now how many new people do we need in premium in order to, justify the cost of giving them, a GoHighLevel account? I can't control which level people join at. I don't, so anyways, the next thing you know, I'm finding out about this thing that will allow me to build my own CRM. If any of you are actually seriously interested in doing this for yourself, especially if you teach systems, automations, you're a business coach, like whatever the case may be, this is actually the this is the perfect thing for you to have to give your clients because you can work with your clients and then they continue to pay you to have access to their CRM like they would Kajabi, like they would, well, honestly, coming up, I think Thrivecart is now moving into monthly. All of those platforms, Samcart, whatever. The only difference is you are in full control of what this platform does. Okay. So I'm going to take you through and I'm going to do my best to not go down too many rabbit holes, but I've done a lot of modifications to this. Anyways, let me back up. If you are interested in actually wanting to build your own CRM, send me a message and I will get you those details. What I'll also do is for anyone that does want to do this, as of today, I think the price is, well, yeah, no, hold on, quote me because I'm gonna, how much is this thing? I paid like $890 something for it, but I will tell you exactly what that price is. Yeah, their founders deal is $891, and it to me has been worth every penny. I believe the price is actually going up tomorrow. And then it's going to be like $1,487 for anyone who wants to do this and you're serious. No shade, but only if you are genuinely serious about wanting to build your own CRM and stuff. I'll give you the details. You can join. You join through my affiliate link. I'm gonna put together the like a compilation of the build that I have been using so that you can start doing this for yourself. And you're not just trying to figure everything out as you go because I had no idea I could do all of this with this CRM when I got it. Okay. Anyways, here we go. So we have our dashboard. Okay. Now I just modified this morning because it was, when you get the build, it's like super plain Jane, like not cute. It's like, oh, okay, this is ugly, but you can do whatever you want. Okay. And for me to even get this current aesthetic, I literally gave the Visual Studio Code, which is what I used in connection with Claude to do everything in here. That's all you really need. Once you have this, you download the Visual Studio Code. That's honestly my preference, because I don't want to work out of the terminal. But if you have your Claude subscription, the $20 per month one, that's all you need. That's all that I used. Okay. So I gave it my color palette, and then I said, just create a mock-up. It created one mock-up. I said, this is perfect. Deploy this, and it did. And so from the jump, you can kind of see over here. You might not be able to see it too much, but it says agency. So this is on my side as the agency owner. This actually does come pre-built with um, the things that you need to actually get started creating your CRM, right? So you can see it has all of these instructions. It's telling you, the client website builder, pipelines, reports, AI agents. We have all of that stuff in here, y'all. Different features. So this is all the different features that it already comes with. This is what it comes with as is. This isn't even the stuff that like I added. So you get your contacts. You can have like your conversations, right? So a unified inbox across SMS, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, Instagram DMs. I added my own build to it and included the emails as well. So that way, when you email someone from inside your CRM and they respond to that email, it comes to that box as well, right? So you have your pipeline, your calendar, booking pages, tasks, forms, products and invoices, quotes, workflows, AI agents, broadcasts, website builder, your reports, whatever the search thing is, members and invites, right? So that's what it came pre-built with, but I put a lot into adding to a lot of these features as I was discovering that there are some things that I really wanted, but we just didn't have, okay? So go to the agency home. This is where I'm able to see my sub accounts. Obviously, this is my main account. I can come here and I can come in here and see the sub accounts, but then also you see here, this is, I think, a bit newer of a feature. So that's the other thing is when you're actually purchasing this build, the nice thing is that the guy who actually designed this, who built this, he creates additional features, and then we can go and then put them into our CRM. So it's nice because it doesn't just fall only on you, but this is great because it says here, right, capture a sub-account's forms, workflows, message templates, and products into a reusable template, then apply it to another sub-account, right? So what I love about this is that, it depended upon, especially if you wanted to do like the agency side, right? Being able to customize the experience for your clients, for your customers is going to be so juicy, so delicious, because then you have the option to be like, listen, I'll give you a sub account, and then these are the features you want, so I'll charge you for these features. Or if you want to do flat rate, right, it's really up to you. You could do what you want. It's a section for client billing. We don't have any clients in here, so but this is where you can come and create your plans, right? No plans yet, create your first plan, blah, blah, blah. So I would just come in here, new plan, and then you see I can literally just create a plan for someone and put everything that I agreed for them to have as the features for their particular CRM. You see what I'm saying? And then I have my agency settings. So then let's get into the sub account because this is where we started. So the way that I modified my dashboard this morning was I had it looked a little different before. It actually looked very different before. But I had to have it to where it's like, when you come here, see immediately, it's like needs a reply, one conversation waiting for a reply. And then I could open the inbox and see it takes me to, again, conversations where, again, I have it to where the emails are coming in. So this is a test email that I sent to myself, and you can see it says Kiki Ross because that's me. And you can come in here. Boom. Okay. So let me go back. Anyways, still building on all of this so much. Okay. Then also for the dashboard, how many leads have you gotten today? How many do you have total, right? What's your total pipeline value if you use pipelines? This is how many open deals there are. Now, this is only just because some of these numbers are just because of the I moved my stuff over from GoHighLevel, so there was an import option, so I was able to easily import contacts and pipelines from GoHighLevel. Okay. Unread conversations across your inbox, right? Bookings today. Do you have anything on the calendar, right? These are the things that you want to see right out the gate. Boom, right here. We got new leads. How much money we sitting on? Is there anything I need to respond to? Do I have calls today? Blah, that. All right. If you want to see where your leads are, this would become a map. I didn't set that up. Oh, did I set that up? I don't know if I set that up. And then we have recent activity. This is going to be across, this is going to be across various things, not just sales. Again, a little section here, today's bookings. So you would be able to see the actual bookings, and then like your pipeline, and then you'd be able to open that, take you to your pipelines. Okay, so back over here with conversations, contacts. I'm not going to put everybody's shit on Front Street. Pipelines, I haven't really messed around too much back here yet, but you can, input a new deal, what's the value, the stage, blah, blah, blah. You can modify your stages and everything as well. So you don't have to use just this one. So this is what it looked like for me out the gate, just because, again, I did that import. You also have a section for your tasks, right? So follow-ups and reminders so nothing slips. Then we have the calendar. I might actually leave this as is. Yeah, I might leave this as is. I don't know. But you can put an event in here. I think what I want to do, I should make a note to myself. Hold on. This is not it. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? Where's my phone? Oh my gosh. Here's my phone. I need to pull up the Momentum OS, which I gave you all access to. I love this thing because now I can go into the notes section, and it just makes it easier for me to capture things that I need to capture. Okay, notes. Okay, CRM build. All right, let me edit this. Okay, so I think calendar, and then let's say, I think what you all would probably really like is if we were able to connect our calendar. So we'll do integration with Google, and what's the other more popular one? Is it Microsoft? I think Microsoft, was it 360 or something? Okay. So we'll have that, but you can still come in here and input, see a new event, all the things. Okay, cool. Then we have booking. So this is something that I modified, but this replaces Calendly, TidyCal, Acuity, whatever the case may be. You will eventually get a default booking link. The way that I have this set up is so that we don't run into any issues. You do need to set up your own domain. Okay. Simple to do, but you will not be able to, do your booking links, product course page checkout things, like none of that. You need to have your own domain. Okay. You need to have your own domain so that we don't have any issues. Okay. But I can come in here and I can create a new booking page. And then, there's this little, how does this work? Blah, blah, blah. So you have that. And then we could create the booking page from here. One of the things that I did that I think you'll probably appreciate, and let's see when we get into, oh my gosh, marketing. Actually, what do I want to jump to? There's a lot going on back here. Anyways, okay, we'll get to that. So then next we have forms. So I'm testing this. So this is obviously like my test form, where you can come in here and then you can input, different fields, whatever it is that you want for your form. What do you want to happen after submission? What's the appearance? You see, and then you can kind of just see it. And this is more basic right now. But I actually kind of like that it's basic right now because, okay. And then website, this is a whole other thing, but we can create websites. Now, here's a caveat. With websites, the way that this build is it says that you have up to 5 marketing sites. So that includes like a regular website or a single page VSL style website. This is what's built with like AI. I took it upon myself to kind of work around this, and you'll see this when we get into courses. But I'm doing something different so that we can bypass this. I haven't been back here enough to kind of figure out, okay, how can we do more with the AI build for websites? But honestly, you really don't need that many. Okay. Um, we have workflows. So this is just a draft workflow. I'm going to be definitely playing back here to see what else we can even add when it comes to, triggers and, because I've added so many additional features to this build. Um, we have broadcasts. So this is something that I was working on yesterday where I was modifying this. The email portion of this, I was not satisfied, but I spent a lot of time yesterday on the build with that. So now, see, even here it says you need a business mailing address before you can send a broadcast, right? This did not look like this. Okay, this did not look like this before I put some time into it. But you can have your subject line, you can have your preview text, your audience, like who do you want? You want people from a specific tag, contact in a specific pipeline stage, like what you want. And then I have it here where you can then add your blocks, and then it's going to populate here. And then I made sure that we were compliant by making sure that you have your business mailing address and then the unsubscribe, because we don't want no issues. Okay, so you can come in here and you can put see how I click that. Now it says write something. And Rasputia would say, how you doing? Rasputia. Okay. I'm not putting templates, email templates, and all that crazy stuff. Nobody's using those. Most people are not using those email templates. And then on top of that, if having all of those images and links and all that other stuff, increases your potentiality as being marked as spam, why set y'all up for the failure? I don't know anybody who does all that extra stuff. Not to that extent. But if you want to build it out, if you want that, you can come in here again and you can build that out. You have columns, images, videos, buttons, dividers, and then you can come in here and you can save these things as a template. You can create your own email templates if you want and save them. Okay. We have this section for templates. I ain't even been back here. Okay, I said I ain't even been back here yet. So yeah, these are different. So it says reusable email and SMS bodies with merge tags, blah blah. I'm gonna see what I can do with this. I feel like I can do some. I feel like I could do some dope back here. Then we have our social planner, right? So mine says posting isn't set up yet. I just haven't connected my Meta yet, but you can see, right? Manage connections in settings. So that's where we would go. We would just come back here and we would go, see here in the settings is where you would go to see, update your pipelines. Okay. Calendar sync. So we do have that also. If it says subscribe to the sub account's bookings from your external calendar, so they appear alongside your other meetings. So I'm sure if you wanted to import this into your Google Calendar, there you go, right? Let's see, payment. Okay, I don't know where did they say it was at? What are we looking for? Child. Oh, okay. So we also have SMS. If you want to do SMS marketing, texting your people. Okay, here we go. Facebook and Instagram. So you would just connect those things here. And we just have some additional things here. A lot going on in the settings. Okay, let's go back. So now we're in the section for sales. This was the part that kind of tripped me up. Okay. The way that they talk about products is that they're just line items, right? So it says reusable line items for quotes and invoices. it doesn't connect to anything. That's why I was like, what was the point of that? I don't understand, but I get it. If you're sending invoices to people, then I guess it would make sense for you to have this like a product, because then you're invoicing them for the product and then they can see what that product is. In our case, though, for a lot of us, that's not what we'd be doing. Um, we also have quotes and invoices. So I'm going to be diving maybe a little bit more in that. But if you want to send an invoice, boom, you can go ahead and send them an invoice, right? Line items, add product from catalog, right? And so you can see right here, YouTube Glow Up Challenge is the same product that was sitting right here. Okay. Then we have AI. So we have the workspace assistant. And so this thing actually knows your business. The more that you're using this, the more familiar it becomes with your business, and you can just chat with it. Um, how many contacts do I have today? And then you see it's thinking, boom, 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 boom. Yep, see, and then it says you have 1,005, which is not true, by the way, which is not true. I jacked something up, but don't worry about that. Okay, so we have that, and then we have this section for AI agents. I have not, I've not dove into this yet, but essentially, what's the warning say? AI agents need a dedicated Twilio number to send from, which makes sense, right? The reason why I really like this though, y'all, is that even if you wanted to use your own agents, if you were doing this through GoHighLevel, and I'm giving you the tea, I'm giving you the behind the scenes tea, because y'all know that I was gang for GoHighLevel. You would have to pay an additional, and okay, yeah, an additional $97 a month to have conversational AI, to have AI agents. GoHighLevel does a lot of upsells on the back end. When I first got my GoHighLevel account, I had already had a WordPress account, and I was thinking, I'm going to go ahead and move my WordPress over. No, because I had my WordPress account and was probably paying, it was like almost $15 a month for the hosting through, I don't remember who. It wasn't GoDaddy. It might have been GoDaddy actually. But I get into GoHighLevel, so now you're paying for GoHighLevel, right? If you get like their lowest tier, that's $97 a month. I won't pay $97 a month. I got a someone's sub account, so I was paying $17 a month. But still, when I went to go to the WordPress section, it said like, oh, like it's an additional $50 a month. I'm like, what? Oh my gosh. So I want you to think right out the gate, if you didn't even find someone to give you a sub account and GoHighLevel for the low, and you're coming at their lowest tier at $97 a month, and then if you want your AI agent, now you're at an additional, what, 97 on top of the 97. Where's my calculator? We got 97 plus 97. And then let's say you have a WordPress site and you want to move that over. Now it's an additional $50. So now we're already sitting at $244. And that still doesn't give you access to everything. You see what I'm saying? So when we're using something like Twilio, you're only paying for your usage and it's low. You're not paying a flat rate like you would with GoHighLevel or these other platforms. This is how they're making their profit. We have to remember, they're still businesses. They're not here to give us the best deal possible. They're here to make a profit for their business, but to keep us just happy enough that we don't leave. Okay. And I get it. I get it. That's the game. That's the game. But with Twilio and, whatever, then it's like, okay, cool. You pay for your usage. You don't have to pay $97 a month. But all of this, you can have a web chat, right? So one, that little bubble that can sit on your website and answer questions. You have your SMS, WhatsApp, Messenger, and Instagram, even voice if you want to do that type of stuff as well. And then we're going to get into community. So I looked at this. I'm not going to be using this, okay? Maybe in the future. We'll see. But you know what? I'm parked. Y'all know we already had that drama early in the month. We ain't backsliding. Courses. This was one of the biggest builds that I had to do because this does not come with the original build. This is why I'm saying if you want to do this, if you want to build the CRM for yourself, I have been documenting everything and putting it away. So that way, if anybody does do this, you join through my affiliate link, I will give you all the bills that I had to do so that you are not guessing at all of this stuff and twiddling your thumbs and trying to figure it out. Which you're not really twiddling your thumbs, but you don't know what you don't know until you figure out that you don't know it, and then you have to go figure it out. So, two things that I did that was a major upgrade to the CRM products is one. Okay, so I have my test course here, and I have this to where, first of all, these other platforms that don't let you embed a Descript link get on my nerves because enabling that was so simple. You see, this is a Descript link here. So I didn't have to go download a video and then put it in here. I was able to grab the link straight from Descript and put it in here. And I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you. Why I have all of these? I think I was just in here just clicking on stuff. So I'm just gonna because every time I come in here, it's like 50 million sections for no reason. But nonetheless, I created this to kind of just, create your lessons and stuff. And then you can come in here, you have like a full builder. So you have different headers. You get up to like the 4 different headers, all that stuff, bold. I think, yeah, inline code, code block. I made it so that, even if you're working with like other platforms, say like you do human design and you have body graph, well, they have embed codes. So I wanted, people to be able to still embed stuff, or maybe you have like audios, right? And actually, this is giving me another idea. Hold on. Give me another idea. Hold on. Audio import for courses via link to audio player. Okay. But yeah, and then what I also went ahead and did is I created this so that you could modify your own theme. Okay, so this is what the theme would look like on its own, right? It looks very plain Jane, but you can come in here, and I don't know, this is actually going to work right now. So I might embarrass myself. Let me see if I could find like a background. Oh, no, what's this background? I went through and I did a lot back here. Because again, this is not a native build, but if I wanted to, let's see, did it change anything? We'll get into that. Anyways, so all the things that you need to kind of just, is it because I don't have a header hero? So if I want a hero image, I can do that. There's so much. I will have to come back and show you once I've actually like moved my courses over to here. And then of course, if you want, you can save it as a template. The reason why I have that also is because I wanted to create a way for you all to do cross sells on the back end of your courses and your offers, right? Because I know like with funnels, that's front end. What happens on the back end, follow up emails, things like that. In the middle, what's happening, right? When they're interacting with what it is that they've like purchased, or maybe it's free and you're trying to just get them into the door of something else. I have this to where if you see here, we have sidebar. And so that's getting on my nerves, but you can have like, the whole thing for instructor. Let's say I come over here and I want to do a cross sell. So I could, and I don't have an offer to promote right now, but when you create your offers, then you'd be able to select that and then it's going to populate onto the side. And I'll show you with a different block. Maybe like a call to action block. So you see how like that button just popped up? And even then, you could put a URL here. I'll do my best to like modify this because I'm like, we could do a URL, but I think once I come in here and I fully flesh out like a funnel type build that may, oh wait, no, this is the button, not the cross sell. Duh. Okay. Nonetheless, you can do that, and you can do the same thing also in the body of this because this is just the product page, right? You also can modify the lesson page. So then that's where then you have like, your player and all this other stuff. So let's go back. Okay. Um, so then the next thing that I want to draw your attention to is then offers. And the way that I have this set up is when you create a course, you can create an offer from that course, right? And so if I come in here and maybe test offer, and then what's included. This is the part that I think a lot of you are going to actually like, which is you can choose, right? Like the courses that you want in an offer. It could be one course, it could be no courses, it can be whatever, right? But what I did differently that GoHighLevel does not do is I also included booking sessions. How many of you have sold courses or whatever that also maybe come with a bonus session or something? So I have it there so that then if you have a booking thing already set up, you can choose that, right? And then you see here, it says optional, bundle a booking link buyers get after purchase on top of the product above. So the way that we used to do this, and you already know, is you would either have to set up like a course that would house the link for them to book, or you would have to then go set up an email automation with a link for them to book. This takes care of that. When they buy the offer, they're going to be sent the links to their courses, if any, and also for their booking sessions. What I'm also enabling is on the back end for your clients and your customers, when they log into their customer client portal, they'll be able to see the booking sessions that they do have access to, how many they are supposed to have, and how many they have left, if any. Okay. But anyway, so then you can come in here, free, one time, reoccurring, all the things, this, blah, blah, blah. Okay. We didn't actually put a price to that. So, oh, interesting. Okay, so you would then continue to modify this here. Not modify, but so reoccurring, what's the price? $5 a month. Do we have a trial? Text over, blah, blah, blah. Okay, all the things. And then you can still go in, you can put a thumbnail, and you can even edit a checkout. So this is what I meant when I was saying that like you can go in and we're going to have this to where you can still have checkout pages, even if it's not the AI ones, right? So, something simple. So this is like the typical like build for it now, right? This is kind of influenced, I think, a little bit by like Kajabi, because you can see here, like here's the title. If you put a thumbnail, that'll show up here. How much is it? And then like enroll now for whatever. And then you have like what's included. So I think that that's kind of cool that, at least if you have like your modules or something, but if you still wanted to come in here and you wanted to, maybe, let's see, can I add a block? Maybe a video? Oh, I don't have a link right now. Okay, that's fine. A lot of things, even down to like agreements. So, your service agreements, want to make sure, compliancy, all the things. Okay. Oh, and what I'm also working on is right now we have upsells. So where I'm building this out, and I'm getting this to a point where like this really can kind of become a more simple funnel flow. Just maybe make things a little bit easier, especially for those who are like getting started or not very techy, like all the things. But you can add your upsells. And so it's like, is this going to be a one-click upsell, an in-app upsell, right? Um, yeah. Okay. And then just some additional things. But one of the things that I wanted to show you that I absolutely love. So you have reports, right? One, I like, we have this. So you have like leads by source. So you can, see where they coming from. One, revenue, new leads, blah, blah, blah. What I did is I upgraded the attribution because you all know, and we don't have any here, but for all pages, for booking pages, for your offer pages, you'll be able to see your page visits and your conversions. The reason why I wanted to make sure that we really, really, really had this, and this one feature I had to nail point blank period, is because, as I've always told y'all, especially when we're using like YouTube, it's one thing to know that you're getting clients, customers, and leads from YouTube in general. It's a whole other thing to know which particular videos they are coming from. And so, hold on, do I have it? Let me see if I can, that is exactly why I had, if you remember, created for you all this UTM link builder, which you have access to in the classroom. But to know exactly which videos your people are coming from, we create the UTM parameters. And so, because you can use this if you want to, just makes it a lot easier to do. But in using this is what's going to allow the CRM to, is going to pull all of that information. So it says here, every landing page on a booking or checkout page, whether or not it converted, broken down by UTM tag, or for untagged traffic auto detection. So I do have this also to where it does have auto detection. So if you don't use a UTM link and someone does come from YouTube, the source will still be credited to YouTube. It'll still be credited to Facebook. It'll still be credited to Instagram, but you won't really have any information beyond that. So that's kind of it for now. So this is like, I feel like there's so much that I can go into. Please let me know, like, is this something that you all would want to use? I have so many other ideas that I want to build into this, but that's the beauty of it, is that I get to build this into something that I truly love, something that I'm obviously going to use.